After crossing the Pacific Ocean from Galapagos to French Polynesia, we stopped to explore just two of the beautiful islands, Hiva and Fatu Hiva. We hired a small Suzuki SUV off one of the locals and set off to explore Hiva. We found the roads as we left Atuona very good, very navigable, but that did not last long. The rainforest here was very impressive. Can be attributed to the rainfall they get, plus the volcanic rich soils that cover the island. The lovely sealed roads soon came to an end. From there, we were on dirt roads with the odd pothole. We stopped often to give everybody a break from the constant potholes. The jarring on the bodies was a bit too much for us old fellas. And the views were very impressive. We were looking back down along the south coast where our yachts were anchored in front of Atuona. We had no idea how high we had been climbing as we went up these mountain roads. The highest peak on this island stands at 1,230 metres above sea level. We soon found out how high we really were when we drove along this spur line with the ocean down below us on both sides, and it was a long way down. Looking in this direction, we know that the Galapagos Islands are over 3,000 nautical miles away. The locals run a few goats here. The further across the island we drove, the rougher the tracks became. We were heading down to that small beach that we can see down below. Behind that small beach is a village, and just up behind the village is an archaeological site. At least we were now driving on roads of concrete. This was our last stop to admire the views before we found ourselves down in the village behind that beach.
I'd say with this burnt rock in here, definitely.
This is the final descent as we wind our way down through what looked like heaps of banana and pamplemousse growing absolutely everywhere. We soon figured they must have absolute monster swells coming into this bay from all the way from South America, as the seawalls in front of these homes gave them some sort of protection. We are never really sure of the correct way to pronounce these locations. Pu'atma'u is the closest I think we're going to get to this Tahitian language for where we are right now. And the real reason we put so much effort into driving across this island was to see this ancient ceremonial site of the tikis, where sacrifices were made in the past. And what we found here was nothing short of amazing. These massive stones were carried here by the ancient people from this part of the world and erected and carved to celebrate their life or the demise of it. Just to see the carvings of these tikis carved out of solid rock by the ancient stonemasons or sculptors was worth every bump, every bruise on the roads to get here. The drive back across the island was very similar to the drive getting there. We did notice there was not much traffic. We could have counted on one hand the number of other vehicles we met on this journey. We said see you later to the island of Hiva and set our course for Fatu Hiva. This was a nice short passage, only 45 nautical miles between the islands, about 5.5 hours of sailing. We love this part of our adventure as we sail into a new island, a new bay, a new anchorage. What are the people going to be like when we get there? Only time will tell. And we're going to be feasting on some very fresh yellowfin tuna, complete with a cookie cutter shark mark, for the next couple of days. We dropped our anchor in the Bay of Virgins, in front of the village of Hanavavi, on the island of Fatu Hiva. We anchored here for 3 nights. This gave us a chance to hike up to the waterfall and to go and have a feast with the locals. This very friendly local took great pains to draw us a mud map of where we had to go to find the trail that led into the waterfall. The rock formations here are absolutely amazing. They almost look like they were man-made, but this is how Mother Nature left them from all of the volcanic activity in the past.
So like I used to wake up like, but then I used to go travel.
It was on this hike to the waterfall that we met up with David, a fellow Australian we'd never met before. This trail became very narrow and very steep as we had to climb over and under logs and tree branches, and very, very hard to see where we had to go. What we found on the end of this trail was an amazing freshwater pool being fed by a beautiful waterfall.
The creature from the deep.
We spent a good couple of hours just floating around, enjoying the fresh water. This was our second island in French Polynesia, and what we found, like the first, the people here are absolutely fantastic. They are so warm, so welcoming, and so proud of their past and where they are right now. This is Captain Cam on Anacam. Thank you all for watching this amazing journey of ours, and stay tuned for the next episode as we take you through to Tahiti.